Samantha from Jessima Tutorials here, and today I'm going to show you how to create some cute cherry blossom earrings from polymer clay. Now, to start off with, you're going to want two colours of your choice. Today I'm going to be kind of imitating a sky pattern, so I'm going to be using Primo Pale Blue and Primo White. And these were rolled out on the middle setting of our pasta machine, or roughly around 1mm thick. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to take both of them and I'm just going to fold them into triangles, and then I'm going to cut the smallest of those triangles down to the correct size, and then I'll use that to decide the size of the other one. Or you could use a cutter to just cut a triangle out immediately. And they don't have to be the correct size. And what I'm making is a skinner blend. So for those of you who know how to do a skinner blend, you know this process. For those that don't know how to make a skinner blend, I do have more detailed tutorials on the channel. So just search for skinner blend and some nice in-depth tutorials will come up. But basically you just cut out triangles, and this is a two-part skinner blend, and you'll just pop the two triangles together like so to form a rectangle. And then you're going to take that and you're going to fold it and run it through the pasta machine a couple of times to start creating a blend. And you're just going to continue folding until it is a nice even color. And there we go. That's how it should look. Now I've got it between two pieces of printing paper, and I'm just going to give it a burnish to smooth it out and just get it get rid of any of those pasta machine roller lines that may have been introduced, and to just give it a general nice clean appearance, and to prepare it for the silk screen that I am going to use. Okay, and you can see there it's quite a nice blend. Now I do want to just check the size, and I'm going to bring over the cutter set that I'm going to be using, and that's these little teardrop pieces. And I need to make sure that the blend will facilitate these at length, because I want the blend to go the whole way down, and it should just about do, so that will work. Okay, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring over the skinner blend, and not skinner blend, excuse me, the silk screen. You can use any silk screen you want. This is the one that I am going to be using. All I'm going to do is I'm just going to peel off that back, and I'm going to line it up. And actually, before I do that, I want to cut this in half, because it's supposed to be for two earrings, and I want to make sure that I get the best image from the silk screen on each earring. So I'm going to move that to the side, and I will use that for the next earring. But for this one, I'll grab the silk screen and line it up so that I get the best image that I can. There we go. Smooth it over the surface. Okay, and I'm actually going to move that just to the side over here, and I'm going to be mixing up my own colour of pink using both white and red acrylic paint. If you have a pink that you like, then you can just use it straight, but I don't really have one that I am completely happy with to use straight, so I just mix it up myself. Okay, I want it to be fairly dark, not too dark. Then just mix that up, and that should make a nice pink. I've used this kind of colour before. and it might be a little dark. I might want it to be a little lighter of a pink than that, trying to get this to be kind of a cherry blossom pink. Not so light that it doesn't show up against the white of the blend though. That should just about do. And I'm not going to mix it completely. I think I'm going to leave it actually just like that. That way I'll get some striations in the silk screening process. Okay, and I'm just going to use a brush for this, tapping it in and then brushing that across the surface, making sure I get a good layer of paint, nice and smooth. And that actually did end up blending together decently well. And then just lift that silk screen up, like so, and then go clean it off immediately. Okay, and there we go. That's both of them done. I let the silk screen dry before I did the second one because wet silk screens don't print as well as dry ones. So just make sure that it's dry before you move on to do the next one. This one is still drying paint wise. This one is completely finished. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to bring these over. Now the question is, do I hang it like this or do I hang it the other way? Okay, and I'm going to hang it that way. So then you're going to take this and just choose generally in the right vicinity a spot to cut it. And this is a piece of paper, so it will stick in the cutter. If you don't want that, you can always cut it on a tile. And I may actually do that because I don't want it sticking in the cutters for the small pieces. Once you've got a piece, take that and just place that to the side on a piece of paper so that it doesn't stick to something like a tile. But yeah, I am going to actually move this over onto the tile and just give it a quick burnish to get it to stick down, like so. Then I'll bring over the next one. And again, it does not need to be perfectly under each other. I just want it to be generally in the correct spot because you want to make sure that you get the nicest pattern that you can. And that one stuck a little bit. There we go. And do the same thing with the other piece over here. Okay, I'm just going to move this out of the way. And now you are going to end up with extra clay. This is not a problem. All you do is you'll just take a blade and just scrape away the paint so that it's not stuck to the surface anymore. And just have a baby wipe and you can use that to clean off the paint. You could even actually just wipe directly over the surface. Point is, just use a blade to kind of clean up the extra paint. And then what you do after that, then you can take that and combine it with the other scraps from your other earring, like so. And then just fold that together and run that through the pasta machine a couple of times, and then you'll have a skinner blend that you can use again. And then you can do that over and over again until you really don't have enough left to work the blend. And then because this blend consists of a light colour and white, you could then mix that together and create quite the nice colour of blue. So there's not any scraps involved in this, even though you're not going to be using all of the clay involved. But there, you can see, you can use that as a blend. Okay, but that is pretty much it. I have cut out the other earrings and just try to keep it so that you have the ones that got cut up from the one's going to blend together and the other one on the other side, so just keep the two separate because there will be slight variations in how the pieces are kind of graduate, including the pattern is going to be different. Like you can see the pattern on both sides are different, so you want them to have a general continuation going through them, so try to make sure that you keep the correct shapes with the correct shapes. But yeah, you'll be able to put that into the oven for about 40 minutes at Primo's recommended temperature. And then once they're baked, give them a light sand around the edges. I'll show how to do that with some polishing papers. But yeah, this is a pretty simple project, but I think it looks quite effective. But yeah, bake that for at least 40 minutes to get the pieces cured. Okay, and then once they're out of the oven and have cooled, you can use either wet dry sandpaper or polishing papers to clean up the edges. I'm just going to pop those to the side, and it should be really easy. You just take that and just run it over the surface. And because I baked these on a piece of paper, the backs will be nice and matte, and you won't have to worry about sanding those. They'll be pretty much good to go. I just like to sand the edges because sometimes there's a little bit of roughness left from the cutter because I picked them up off of the tile. I can pick up a little bit of squished clay. It's very light, but I prefer to clean that up. But yeah, we'll do that for all of them. Just give them a quick sand, and then I am going to finish this one off because I want to attach a stud. Okay, and I'm going to use the largest teardrops from each earring, and then find a pink clay that matches the colour of paint that you used. This is Primo Coral, and I'm going to just flip this around, and I'm going to grab a tiny bit of translucent liquid clay. Any brand will work. That is Kato translucent liquid clay, and I'm just going to dab a tiny amount where I'm going to be placing the stud down. Just need a tiny bit. I don't want to overdo it, okay, because I want to keep the back matte. Okay, and then I've got a stud ready to go. And then I'm going to be using this little mold here and this flower to create something to hold the stud in place. So I'll just squish that clay in there, then shave to get rid of the excess. Remove that flower, go pop that to the side, and there we go. And it's very tiny and delicate, but what you're going to do is just flip that over, take the stud and pierce through the middle of that flower. Bring that down, and then place that down where you want it. And actually, to make sure that everything sticks, I am going to grab a little bit of liquid clay and just dab it on the edges of this flower. It is raw clay, so it should stick to this, but I just want to make extra sure because there's plenty of metal in the way, so always better to just make sure. And then once you're happy with that, then place the stud down in just about the right spot. And you can move that around, and then I'm going to use this, just clean off the liquid clay, to just tap it down into place. And you can use just simply a piece of clay to hold the stud in place, but I thought having something that looked nice on the back would be nice, so I've just got a little blossom to do that. Okay, and that should be stuck down. And I'm going to do the same for the other one. Okay, then you're going to take those and pop them into the oven for another 20 to 25 minutes in a preheated oven. If it's not preheated, it needs to be 40 minutes again to bake that piece of clay, and then pretty much good to assemble. The paint is really thin and got burnished into the clay and then baked, so you don't need to worry about sealing that. It's pretty on there goodly. So I'm going to leave these just matte the way they are, but you could apply resin or gloss varnish if you wanted to. Okay, and here is how it should look out of the oven, and that stud should be on there good and properly. Very secure, but also at the same time looking cute and matching the aesthetic. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to drill each of the pieces, and I've drilled all of them, and I've drilled the top and the bottom using a little handheld pin drill, and this is the last one that needs to be drilled, and it only needs to be done on the bottom because the way that this is going to be attached, or the ear wire is essentially the stud, so I don't need to drill a top hole. But to drill the clay, you just get a drill bit that is going to create the size hole that you want, and then just drill the clay. It's really nice and simple and easy, and you would drill all your pieces like that. And here are the other pieces, and you can see there for those ones, the three middle ones, I have drilled 2 holes, and for the bottom one it just needed 1 as well. Then I've got some little silver jump rings, and all you do is you're going to link everything together. So you open up a jump ring, pop that through your little piece, add a smaller jump ring, close that up, open up another jump ring, attach that to the smaller one, and then pop that through the next piece, and then you just continue that pattern until you have linked all of the pieces together. And you don't have to link them using 3 jump rings, you could just use 1 big jump ring and link the 2 together, but I found that there wasn't as much movement as I would have liked, and I really want these to move around a lot when worn, so I've gone with the 3 jump ring connect rather than a single jump ring connect, but that is completely up to personal preference. So if you're not sure which one you want to go with, then consider, you can always play around and see which one looks the best. So I did try out both before actually recording this segment of the video, so if you're not sure, give it a try and see which one you like the best. But yeah, just link them all together. And there we go. That's how they look. And yeah, they look quite nice. They have a lot of movement to them, as I said, and they're kind of double-sided. You could silk screen the other side of the teardrops if you wanted to, but I quite like the Skinner Blend progression on its own with the little blossom at the top. But yeah, they're quite cute. Very simple project today, but one that I thought was really nice and is a perfect project for spring. So yeah, let me know what you thought in the comments below. If you have any questions, leave them there and I will get to them as soon as possible. And if you liked the video, please consider leaving a like and subscribing, as I do videos like this every single day. And if you have suggestions for future videos that you would like to see, also consider leaving those in the comments below. I read each and every single one, and a lot of the suggestions do get turned into tutorials at some point. or another, so consider leaving them there. Also, all of the tools and supplies that are used in this video, such as the silk screen or the cutters, are also linked in the description, so check those out if you're interested. But yeah, that is pretty much it for today's video. Thank you for watching. I do hope that you enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one. Bye for now.